So fancy in Asia.
All right, welcome back. We are still on chapter 8, reversal and multi-element design. We are on page 180, multi-element design. Okay, so which of these treatments will be most effective with the student or client? Determining which of several possible treatments or combinations of treatments will produce the greatest improvement in behavior is the primary task for applied behavior analysis. As described earlier, although a multiple treatment reversal design, ABCBC, can be used to compare the effects of 2 or more treatments, such designs have some inherent limitations. Because of the different treatments in a multiple treatment reversal design are implemented during separate phases that occur in a particular order, the design is particularly vulnerable to confounding by sequence effects. Treatment C may have produced its effect only because it followed treatment B. Oh yeah, so last week we talked about sequence effects, and here it's giving us an example of sequence effects. So treatment C may have produced its effect only because it followed treatment B. So when we're using those multiple treatments and reversals, you run into the problem of possibly having some sequencing effects. Multi-element designs are also known as alternating treatment designs. So it's really important, again, that we know our AKAs, because in ABA, everything has a million different words. So multi-element is also known as alternating treatment. Okay, and this one is the most efficient, it's experimentally sound and efficient method for comparing the effects of 2 or more treatments. And one question that I always remember from like mock exams, it's which type of design is a FA, a functional analysis. So you know how you have the different conditions, you have escape, you have all the different conditions, and usually you will see that one represented visually as a multi-element or an alternating treatment design. So that's an important thing to remember. Does anybody have any experience with multi-element or alternating treatment design graphs? Maybe Jen? No?
I only use I don't use multi-line graphs. I use like single line, like single behavior graphs, because that's what people want to be able to read them. So if you make them too complicated, then no one can read them.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so the multi-element design is characterized by the rapid alternation of 2 or more distinct treatments. So independent variable, while their effects on the target behavior dependent variable are measured. Okay. Data is plotted separately for each intervention. So this is the one where you're usually going to see like different shapes on the little points, or the data points are going to be in different shapes. So treatment, like in the example on page 181, treatment A is represented with triangles, and then treatment B is with filled in circles. So that's what an alternating treatment design will usually look like. And this is, let's see, the 3 components of steady stage strategy, prediction, verification, and replication are found in the alternating treatment design. However, each component is not readily identified with a separate phase of the design. In an alternating treatment design, each successive data point for a specific treatment plays all three roles. It provides a basis for the prediction of future levels of responding under that treatment. B, potential verification of the previous prediction of performance under that treatment. And C, the opportunity for replication of previous effects produced by that treatment. So you guys might want to highlight that or remember that in case you're trying to internalize how they're representing the prediction, verification, and replication phases in a alternating treatment design. Let me look at my notes. Is there anything that you guys feel like you need to remember, or things that you've seen on mocks about multi-element designs? Okay, let me see. Alternating treatment design, multi-element, multiple schedules, concurrent schedules, simultaneous treatment. So lots of treatments going on at the same time. Two or more conditions represented in rapid alternating succession. So that's something to remember. Stimulus discrimination. And then also you're going to want to remember that those are the ones that we use for functional analysis. So if you guys are writing a research paper or presenting the data to another BCBA, that's most likely how you're going to represent a functional analysis. And each of the different, what are they called? Like control, escape, attention, alone, all of the different functions, I guess, are going to have different shaped data points. And they're all going to be kind of like the design on 181, but you're going to see 4 of them. And so you might see something like that on a mock that's telling you, that's asking you to read the function, the FA, and determine what the function of the behavior is. So has anybody ever done that? Looked at a FA graph and had to determine what the function of the behavior was based off of the different levels of
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's usually the highest one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about some pros and cons of an alternating treatment design. Does anybody want to try? Pros about alternating treatment design. We talked about it a little bit. So it minimizes sequence effects, carryover effects, because they're all happening at the same time, not this one first and then this one and then this one first and then this one. They're all going at the same time. So we're going to minimize sequence effects. Irreversibility can be used with unstable data. It has no need for baseline. We don't need to withdraw treatment. And it's a quick comparison of treatments. Some cons are multiple treatment interference and rapid alternation is not natural. So those are just some things that I wrote in my notes about the pros and cons for the alternating treatment design. So does anybody have any questions or anything to add? I wanted to see if they would represent the FA function visually for us. I don't see it anywhere. Okay, and in Cooper, it tells us the advantages of multi-element. So treatment withdrawal not required, allows rapid comparison, minimizes irreversibility. This is on page 189. Minimizes sequence effects, accommodates unstable data, reveals generalization of effects. Who knows what multiple treatment interference is? Because that's one of the wait, is it an advantage? Or no, a con,
Oh,
right?
it says a con, considering
Yeah,
the
that's a
appropriateness of the multi-element design.
Yes. Does somebody want to try to explain multiple treatment interference? Or wants to read it?
I can read it. I don't know
Okay.
if I understand it. So, multiple treatment interference refers to the confounding effects of one treatment on a subject's behavior being influenced by the effects of another treatment administered in the same study. Multiple treatment inference must always be suspected in a multi-element design. However, by following the alternating treatment phase with a phase in which only one treatment is in effect, the experimenter can assess the effects of that treatment when administered in isolation. I guess.
Okay, I get it. So what it's saying is that because you have so many treatments going on at one time, you don't know which one is responsible for the effects or the change in the behavior. So that's why it's saying that that one might not be so good, because you don't really know which one has the effect, as in when you would do the what is it called? Where you withdraw and then put in the treatment. I don't know, my brain is blank, but
Multiple baseline.
yeah. However, by following alternate treatment. Yeah, so it's not, yeah, I guess the multiple phase, multiple baseline, yeah. Okay, another con is the unnatural nature of rapidly alternating treatments. So the rapid back and forth switching of treatments does not reflect the typical manner in which clinical and educational interventions are applied. From an instructional perspective, rapid switching of treatments can be viewed as artificial and undesirable. So think about it as a functional analysis, right? So when we're conducting an FA and we're doing all of these multiple phases or multiple controls, that's very controlled and very experimental, and that's not very feasible for a teacher to do, or it's not very natural. So that's what they're saying, that it's unnatural and it's not something that they would encounter in their life or in the real world. And then another one says that it has limited capacity. Although multi-element design enables an elegant, scientifically sound method for comparing the differential effects of two or more treatments, it is not an open-ended design with which an unlimited number of treatments can be compared. Although multi-element designs with up to 5 conditions have been reported, in most situations, a maximum of 4 different conditions, one of which may be a no treatment or a control condition, kind of like the FA, can be compared effectively within a given phase of an alternating treatment design. And in many instances, only 2 different treatments can be accommodated. Okay, and then you have selection of treatments. So theoretically, although a multi-element design can be used to compare the effects of any 2 discrete treatments, in reality, the design is more limited. To enhance the probability of discrimination between conditions and thereby the possibility of obtaining reliable, measurable differences in behavior, the treatments should embody significant differences from one to the other. For example, an investigator using a multi-element design to study the effects of group size on students' academic performance during instruction might include conditions of 4 students, 10 students, and a 20-student group. Alternating conditions of 6, 7, and 8 student groups is less likely to reveal the differences between group size and performance. However, a treatment condition should not be selected for inclusion in a multi-element design only because it might yield a data path easily differentiated from that of another condition. Okay, that is the end of chapter 8. Unless you guys want to discuss more about the multi-element. So we talked about multi-element and the advantages and disadvantages. Oh, okay, I think we skipped variations of the multi-element design. So you have variations of the multi-element design. Common variations of the multi-element is the AKA alternating treatment design include the following. So you have single phase design, alternating 2 or more conditions, one of which may be a no treatment control condition. And then you have a 2-phase design, initial baseline and comparison phase, 3-phase design, initial baseline, alternating treatment, and best treatment only. 3-phase design, initial baseline, alternating treatments, and participants' choice, or concurrent chains or schedule design. Who knows what concurrent means?
Concurrent is happening at the same time.
Yes, perfect. I just wanted us to know those basic little words that you're gonna hear, like also in the schedules of reinforcement. But yeah, that's chapter 8. Maybe we can stop there and do a quiz. Do you guys want to try?
Yes.
Sure.
Can we do the quiz on the recording or? All right, let's try the quiz for chapter 8, but let's make sure it's the correct chapter because I think this one is still from the previous version of the book, Reversal and Alternating Treatment Design. Oh, they just named it differently. So this one is Reversal and Alternating Treatment Design, and this one is Reversal and Multi-Element. Ooh, so that might throw you off. Okay. So number 1, all things being equal, an experiment that incorporates blank reversals present a more convincing and compelling demonstration of experimental control than an experiment with blank reversals. Okay, so it's probably going to be an experiment that incorporates more reversals, right? Like a higher number of reversals presents a more convincing and compelling demonstration of experimental control than an experiment with less reversals. So that's what I do. That's what I did in the quiz, in the exam, is before I answered the question, before I looked at the answers, I tried to answer the question. That way, when I come to look at the answers, I already have something in my mind. I don't know if that'll help you guys. So I would say multiple and then one, right? What do you guys
That's a
think?
hard question.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I would guess A too.
Yeah, so try to do that. Try to answer it before you look at the answer choices. That way you're already kind of confident in yourself. And then the answers will just kind of reassure you. To the following is considered to be a reason for using BAB design instead of ABAB design. So remember the A is baseline because everything in ABA doesn't make any sense. So A equals baseline. So why would we do a BAB which skips baseline instead of an ABAB?
So if you had dangerous behaviors and you wanted to implement the intervention right away.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe it's not feasible to introduce a baseline because the behavior is too severe, or maybe there's already an intervention in place, so there's no need for a baseline.
Yeah, that's what I would say. There was already a treatment there, so you don't have to collect baseline.
Okay, and so now that we answered it without looking at the answers, then our choices are irreversibility, no. Unlimited time in which to demonstrate practical and social significance, no. Sequence effects, they both might have sequence effects, or no, I don't think either one has sequence effects because they don't have multiple treatments, so no. When treatment is already in place. What do you guys think? D? Okay. Where are we? 3. This design is considered the most straightforward and generally most powerful within subject design for demonstrating a functional relationship. Okay, so don't look at the answers yet. This design is considered the most straightforward and generally most powerful within subject. Okay, so we talked about this. What is the basic ABA graph that we use the most? Oh, that's kind of hard. Hold on, my brain. Multiple baseline, no. Alternating treatments, no. AB design, no, because that's not proving any type of social validity. ABAB reversal design. Yes.
D. Yeah, D.
Okay,
It's on page 171.
okay.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just looking at that. It's on page 171.
You see
Yeah.
the way my brain did that though? I didn't have to look at the book. I just eliminated all the others and then found it.
That's great.
For most investigations, it is suggested that you only change blank variables at a time. It would be best if you only change one variable at a time so that we know which one is indeed causing an effect on the behavior, right?
Yeah.
I would say that too.
I would say that's the most appropriate. Sometimes we get excited and do like multiple things at one time, and then you see like this positive change in the behavior, and you really have no idea what you did because you did like 5 things at one time. You're like, I don't know what I did, but it worked. All of the different things. Blank control conditions might be used as a variation of the reversal design when it is not possible or when it is deemed inappropriate to completely eliminate an event or activity as a reinforcer. Oh, is it non-contingent? I just guessed, but I think I would say
I
non-contingent.
think it's NCR. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I'm looking in the book right now. So I kind of cheated, but
Non-contingent reinforcement reversal technique enables the isolation and analysis of contingent aspect of reinforcement. Reversal technique incorporating differential reinforcement control conditions. Oh wait, never mind, that's going into DRO. Oh wait, DRO, DRI, and DRA can also be used to analyze the effect of contingent reinforcement. I think non-contingent. What do you guys think?
Let's go for that.
Patricia, you're saying something, but you're muted. Oh, she's saying yes. Okay. This experimental tactic entails repeated measures of behavior in a given setting that require at least 3 consecutive phases: baseline, introduction of independent variable, and a return to baseline. Okay, so we have baseline, so we know that's an A. And then independent variable B, return to baseline is an A. So it's an ABA. Okay, so what is an ABA?
D.
Okay, see, you guys, we know this. We don't have to look at the answers. Blank means that a level of behavior observed in an earlier phase cannot be reproduced even though experimental conditions return to pre-intervention conditions.
Is it irreversibility?
Reversibility.
Okay,
Yeah.
irreversibility. The irreversibility means that a level of behavior observed in an earlier phase cannot be reproduced, even though experimental conditions return to create. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, number 8. This design is predicted on the behavioral principle. Did I say that wrong?
Predicated
Oh, I was
on.
like, wait, that doesn't look right. This design is predicated on the behavioral principle of stimulus discrimination and allows for the comparison of 2 or more different treatments. Woo, we know that one. We just talked about that one today.
Alternating treatments.
Yes. 2 or more different treatments is going to be alternating treatment. An investigator who blank turns the target behavior on and off by presenting a withdrawing a specific variable, makes a clear and convincing demonstration of experimental control. Oh, I feel like we didn't talk about that, but it might be if I guessed reliably. What do you guys think? Or you guys want to look it up? Or should we click the hint?
Yeah, click the hint. I'm trying to look it up.
No hint. The reversal design.
So this one you're turning on and off, which
Means that it's reliable
uh,
because you are showing that it is indeed sound.
Yeah, experiment control. Yeah.
I would say reliable, but I don't know what you guys think.
It's reliably.
Reliably,
BLY, yeah.
reliably. You guys didn't say reliably? I don't know. We didn't talk about that one, so we might be wrong, but let's see. This term is used to describe the effects on a subject's behavior in a given condition that may be a result of the subject's experience with a prior condition. Oh, we know this without looking at the answers. The effects
sequence.
on the subject's behavior in a given condition that may be a result of the subject's experience with the prior condition is called
Sequence.
Sequence.
yay. Okay, should we submit? Do we believe in ourselves?
Yeah, one time we got 100 together. We should believe in ourselves.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're reading the book together, we're talking about it, it's so fresh in our mind, I feel like we should be good.
Mhm.
I hope. Oh,
We got it.
See, told you we get 100.
Yeah, we did.
you see what happens when you guys read your book? It's like magic. We were doing icebreakers at work, and so our boss told us to pick our favorite color, and I think mine was what is your favorite book or something like that. And before I even got to respond, everybody's like, Cooper.
Ah,
No, I read other things. That's not I don't just sit at home reading Cooper. But yay, we got 100. Okay, let me pause the recording.